Transformers is a movie that, although has its fair share of flaws, it's still enjoyable. Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox do well as Sam and Michaela. Josh Duhamel and Tyrese Gibson do a good job as Lennox and Epps, and I like their camaraderie. Rachel Taylor, Anthony Anderson, and John Voight are fine in their roles. People will probably say that John Turturro was annoying as Agent Simmons, and I will say, compared to the next movie, he is at least tolerable in this one. There was some humor in this movie that did feel forced. The visual effects in this movie are absolutely stunning. They look so good in this movie, and to be honest, they still hold up to this day. I love the score by Steve Jablonsky, and there's good action. The score by Steve Jablonsky is good, and I absolutely love the song What I've Done as the theme song for this movie. Transformers is a movie that definitely has problems, but it's still entertaining. Revenge of the Fallen is a guilty pleasure movie for me. There are scenes in this movie that try to make you laugh that are either unfunny or just out of place. Good example, the scene where Sam is at college and his mom is going crazy around the campus after eating a brownie. It felt more like Pineapple Express than a Transformers movie. Raymond Rodriguez and Isabel Lucas have lines of dialogue that are so cringeworthy that it honestly makes me laugh. But there are things about this movie that I do genuinely like. Obviously, the visuals are stunning, the action scenes are fun, especially the forest battle with Optimus Prime and Megatron. But the best part about this movie is that this movie's existence gave us the birth of legendary YouTuber Jeremy Jahns, given that his Transformers Revenge of the Fallen video was the first video he ever did for YouTube. Transformers Dark of the Moon is a huge improvement over Revenge of the Fallen. Shia LaBeouf is good as Sam Witwicky, and I like Sam's story in this, where he's not happy because he doesn't want a job, he wants to matter and wants to do something of importance, and I found his story in this very relatable. Peter Cullen is flawless as the voice of Optimus Prime. He owns that role and is definitive. I love Leonard Nimoy as the voice of Sentinel Prime, and Sentinel Prime was a pretty interesting villain with understandable motivation. There are a lot of exciting action scenes that blew me away, and if I'm being honest, I think this movie has the best action scenes out of the Michael Bay Transformers movies. There's an amazing scene on a highway with the Autobots battling the Dreads, and of course the final battle in Chicago was incredible, and Optimus Prime himself got some moments to shine. Transformers Dark of the Moon is a really fun movie, and if I'm being honest with you guys, I think this movie is underrated and gets bashed on too much. On the same level for me. They're both guilty pleasures. They both have acting that is not the greatest, but they have fun action scenes. Bumblebee is hands down the best Transformers movie. This movie has great action scenes, a great score, and a great soundtrack. Transformers Rise of the Beast was super entertaining. The action scenes are exciting and the visual effects are stunning. I love the soundtrack for this movie.